Well, hello everyone, and welcome to an episode of Derp Your Hooves. So, recently, I upgraded some of my Cowansim helicopters to the latest version, including the Jet Ranger. See? This Jet Ranger. So, I kind of wanted to go over some of this while I make you sick looking at the outside. One of the new features, and I was originally going to just kind of release my R66 tutorial, but I like these helicopters better, especially for where we're going. One of the new features here that they've included, and it's really nice, is that you can change the panel. So let's just zoom in. We seem to be having some kind of USB driver issue, and it gives us here on the Jet Ranger, which I think is what, the 206, that you have two panels you can choose from: the classic panel or the panel with all the nifty electronics. Now, with the Garmin, whatever they are. Now, so you get a choice of two different panels. Now that's really cool, but you might also say, well, what else do I get? Well, you see, you have the GNS 530 Garmins that are by default built into the helicopter. Built in. Well, you know, they come with the helicopter. So if I click up, my mouse wants to cooperate with me. If I click down, I should get the 750. And there's two different versions of the 750, so right now I'm getting Bupkis. So I'm guessing this is the paid version, which I don't have. But we'll see, just give it a minute. No, I'm not seeing nothing. I'm guessing it's the paid version. But if I go up, eventually it'll say like initializing. Well, it should. There we go. So this is the free version that I have, which you can download, and then, you know, we get that as an option. So those are cool, two cool little features that we get. And then, you know, we have everything here pretty much. We have our artificial, whatever you want to call it, horizon, you know, whatever. And it's kind of cool when you're using the glass cockpit mode here, where you get artificial vision or something, is you get your vertical speed here on the side. So not only do you have a airspeed, and let's just make Pony into a liar, there should be like an airspeed gauge. There's your airspeed, there should be a vertical speed, right? Which I'm not seeing. But maybe I'm just going blind. But anyhow, so you get it in your glass cockpit, and if I were to just change it down here, you'd have it here, right? So there it is there. And so your vertical speed is now over here, you know, negative and positive to help you land. And a really cool thing I think it does is I think it gives you, and we'll see, you're making me sick, Pony. One of the things I think it also does is I think it gives you the radar altitude up off the runway. So anyhow, let's just kind of take a look around and make sure it's configured how I want it before we start. And then let's take off, because I've spent enough of your time. So let's see, does it give us the radar? No, it doesn't. Not that I'm seeing. So let's get underway. So we're just kind of flying in Japan here really quick, and we're flying out of Toyanami, something like that. Assuming that I set this up right. And I can go take a look after I circle around. I'm pretty sure I did. And I'm just taking off from the bridge side. Yep, that's where we are. We're like Toyanami. And maybe I'm flying too fast, or maybe not fast enough. So we're just going to kind of keep going down here. And again, now I mentioned this in one of my previous helicopter videos about how the runways are yellow, and they're yellow so that you can see the runway in the snow. Yep, okay, my add-on scenery is just fine. But we are headed in the opposite direction that ponies want to go today. So let's just turn around and derp it. slow, homie. Now there's another feature that I'll show you when we land.
Tower Derp Y Delta Echo Romeo Papa.
Because we don't need to look at it right now.
For south departure.
And let's adjust our trim. And I know I don't have my hand cams on right now. Sorry about that. Maybe we'll put them on in another video. Because, boy, don't you have to have more hand control when you're not flying one of the HPG helicopters. Because it doesn't have the Airbus, whatever. The assistance software, I forget the exact name of it, but it doesn't give you that in this. So you're really, like, gotta be careful what you do. Alrighty, so we want to go off, and I set this special route today for myself here, and I could just go whatever way I want, but I kind of want to follow the flight plan a little bit here. We're just going to go out and go over the Don't Hit Me bridge. It's crazy to think that they did that, but I mean, these, you know, like when you're flying the jumbo jets and they just come right in over these highways. Alright. So I forget what the destination is for the Jet Ranger. I think it's the 206. Maybe I'm wrong. But this is not the Long Ranger. This is just the regular Jet Ranger. Little two-blade helicopter. And I kind of like the glass cockpit option with the Garmin. I mean, it's kind of nice. All right. "103 knots. Awesome. A little bit of droop. Fix that with some trim. I don't know why it does that. There's another simmer that, you know, I guess Cowansim helicopters do a lean thing, but I don't know. Maybe that's where you're always playing with the trim. Just kind of center the stick out a little bit and bring the nose down. And as far as I know, at least as of this recording, there's no autopilot for these Cowansim helicopters. I know they were going to do something. I mean, I have to go back and check all the blogs and vlogs and Discord feeds and...
Derp Delta Echo Romeo Papa minus Yankee, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Tower Derp Y Delta Echo Romeo Papa minus Yankee frequency change.
But I just don't have time lately to do all that with everything else in life. And I do know that I left the live player name tags on. He just sunk right into the sea. I didn't know the Dark Star could do that. 10 feet. I'm looking at Carter X Gamer over there. 10 feet. It's interesting how the sim works. And we're getting blown around a little bit. I'm guessing there's some bit of a crosswind out here. I do think these Cowansim helicopters might lean a little bit to the left. A little bit droop. And, I mean, technically we don't have to follow the flight plan exactly how it is, because I know how to get to where we're getting to. So I might not go fully over the ocean, and maybe we'll just cut a corner right here. Now, I don't know why it made a loop like that. Maybe I'm just a little bit of derpish with little nav maps lately. So I made a little loop like a roller coaster. Whee! Let's do the loop. We're not going to do the loop. It's stupid. Alright. so here we go. Nose down, pony. You just lose airspeed when you nose up. Alright. And we're basically just going to follow it right over, and I could have made a straight line. So the original distance between these two airports is about 51 nautical miles. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll get there when we get there. But this is a lot of fun. So I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry, everybody. I can always go look down here and say, where am I at? There's where I am. So I'm parallel to my flight plan. Now this was the area of Japan that had some earthquakes recently. Gotta go check up and see how that went. That was around New Year's Eve, and now we're like in the first month of February, so... Gee, I just haven't followed up on this. Alright, so let's go over a little bit. And I know I've always bragged that some of the good things about helicopters is, you know, like how you can fly really low, and you can do things like hover. And you can. Oh, you're overstressing the helicopter, pony. And the sim doesn't like that when you have it set to realism. But I mean, like I've said in the past, so if I do it right, and I stop messing around, I don't know why it keeps drooping to one side. So weird. Constantly having to adjust that trim. But, you know, you can get in low. Like when you see helicopters flying over a neighborhood or something, looking for thieves, and whoever else. Just say criminals, you know. Or they're trying to read your license plates because they're giving you a ticket. So we can get in here nice and low. 150 feet, 140 feet. 90, 80, 70 feet. 50 feet, 40 feet. 20 feet. I don't believe we're 10 feet above the ground. Try again. I'd say we're more like 100 feet. And 800 feet, yeah. There's no way we're 10 feet above the ground. Well, it seems that my altimeter's a little off. Because I'm just not buying it. I mean, we might be, but why would we be below sea level if that's sea level out there? Oh no, there we go. 90 feet. 90 feet? Is that 9 feet? Anyhow, so we're like super low. So let's get up a little bit. Helicopter land here. And again, you know, like I'm going to say is if you're flying helicopters, well, you know, you get some of the scenery like this, and just remember that it's a sim, it's not real life. Don't get all upset and hurt, because, you know, it doesn't look real enough. Because it looks pretty real. Especially if you've been playing video games and flight sims as long as I have. Like I said, I could blow the dust off me, but I remember putting quarters in Pac-Man. So yep. I remember putting quarters in Pac-Man. It's a fun little low-level flight as we get to our destination. And I'm using add-on scenery for the airports, but these houses and everything. Oh, that's right. And I am using like the Rex AccuWeather, so my trees are a little different. So if you ever, fly around and you're like, how come the trees look so different? Well, they were having a sale, and I just couldn't refuse the sale. It was just too good to be true. I was kind of hoping that it would solve some of my snow problems. It looks like a golf course. Doesn't it look like a golf course? It does look like a golf course. I'm just trying to get to our line over there, which is our little line of where we're supposed to be. I know, you just keep booping to let me know that I'm flying below the set radar altitude. But I'm having such a good time tickling the birds and the trees. And this might end up being a little bit of a longer flight in such a slower aircraft. If I wanted to make it faster, I should have taken the H-160, which is just a beautiful helicopter. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is also a great helicopter when we're trying not to crash it into the ground. Not easy to do those external views. Nope. Oh, look, my landing light's on. Oh, now they're off. Yeah, external views in the helicopter are kind of difficult. Gotta find out why I'm getting so much stuttering, too. Anyhow. This is definitely a golf course. Well, I guess we shouldn't hit the power lines. We've got the wire cutters installed, so I guess we could just kind of go right to the power lines, right? Isn't that what they're there for? So we don't get a power wire that snips our main rotor. Because without that, we're not going anywhere. So what's our slip like? I feel like we're off. And we are off. Bad pony. Bad pony. Why am I slipping the other way? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Why would my slip be that far off? It should be that way. I feel like it's off. Are you lying to me, helicopter? No, you're not. The slip is off. Oh well, so we got a little bit of side slip going on. Such, I guess, is the life of a helicopter pilot, even in a sim. Look at that funky road. Now, we got to get down there to show you that. Where's that car going? Woo! Dukes of Hazzard, look at that thing. Look at these little Dukes of Hazzard cars go. I mean, it's like, they just jump that. I wouldn't want to drive my car on that road, I gotta tell you that much. Look at that. I mean, he's just hauling right over the gaps. There he goes, like they don't exist. Like they're digital. And then he sinks into the highway. Oh, no. Well, and there he goes. Driving the underground road tunnels. And that's always the fun part about the photogrammetry. Alrighty. Again, you know, I mean, just, you want to fly helicopters, you want to fly low level. I know I'm bobbing and weaving. Something just seems off lately. So, let's go up. get some altitude because it looks like we're going to have to cross over some mountains. Are we going to have to cross over some mountains? I'm not sure. Let me consult with my little friend down here. Let's see. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shake everyone's brains. Yeah, it looks like we are going to have to fly over those mountains. I know, I'm cheating. I'm looking at my little nav maps. Yeah, it looks like those mountains are inevitable. We still have a long way to go. I shouldn't have been messing around down there. Let's see if we can get a better view of the Jet Ranger. I was going to say the Bet Ranger. There we go. We can get her nice and level. Be careful. Really hard to fly in third-party mode at this. It takes a more skilled pony than I to do that. But there you go. You got a little bit of a look at the outside. So let's focus on our flying and less on the outside of the aircraft. Alright. Again, why am I, like, just tilting so far off? It's like, it's like there's a left-handed lean. It's really weird. And it may not seem like we're going that fast, but we were going 108, 107 knots. I mean, for a helicopter, that's not bad. So we're just going to keep on going. Keep on going. We're getting close. 43 nautical miles. Really? No way. Yep. 43 nautical miles. 43 nautical miles at 109 knots is what, like 15 minutes? Something like that. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So what can we do for 20 minutes with our time together, flying in the virtual skies in a helicopter? Well, see, the higher I go, the less airspeed I have. Let's not over-torque the engine. Let's not get too high, because if we get too high, then we're definitely going to have a problem. Do you enjoy your alone time with Pony? I mean, because, like, for right now, this is it until I actually can find time to live stream, and all the changes in my life all the time, I just don't know when that's going to be. But this is pretty, isn't it? I mean, we look out, and here's another great thing that I do like about a lot of the helicopters, especially the Bells, is look, we've got floor windows. I mean, so we can see everything on the ground. See when you dropped your change. You're in the Navy where you pick up your powdered soap. Yeah, stuff like that. This is a great helicopter, though. It's a 206. I'm going to call it the 407. I'm going to mess up and call it the 407 over and over and over and over and over, but that's the stock one that you get. So that blinking light off in the distance is our actual destination. And it's lots of fun, and I could kind of do the helicopter thing in like a Vietnam style. You know, well, I mean, and I respect everybody who served in Vietnam. But, you know, like flying low over the trees, I mean, just make it all like dramatic and cinematic. But I'm actually kind of happy at 4,400 feet in a helicopter. We're cruising up here with some light clouds here on the bottom. Limp rookie tier. Awesome. Some people might even say, well, Pony, doesn't it get kind of boring when you're flying a helicopter like this? Well, I guess. It's actually kind of a challenge. Hey, Pony, let's not do that. That's what happens when you just mess up like that. Give it too much air, get too much airspeed, and then this thing just noses up. Let's kind of keep our eye on the ball. By the way, recently there was like what, the Bell, something like Jetmaster, Jet Puppet. There's like a new Bell in the marketplace. And I just can't spend money on another plane right now. I just bought the Phenom 100 and I've been messing around with that. And I will say before I release any videos on that, and that's not a helicopter, you'll see what it is if you buy it. It just handles very stiff. Huh? Windmills? No way. Windmills are fun to fly through. Like a dog when he sees a squirrel. Pony sees those windmills. Windmills? Yeah, but I'm not in a plane where I can really slalom through it, so... Yeah. Anyhow, that's a different aircraft that I bought, but that was my last purchase that I'm going to buy for a while. They look like windmills, but they're not, are they? Big letdown. Yeah, I'm thinking about releasing a tutorial video on that. I mean, I know it's already been done, but I just think it's kind of stiff. I mean, I wonder if it's really that hard to maneuver in real life. Alright, we got all this really cool stuff. See, there's Pony overspeeding the helicopter. Let's knock that off, or the sim's gonna say, you overstressed the aircraft. Doesn't like that. Air Pony. What's wrong with you? Yeah, no one's quite figured it out yet, but I don't think there's anything wrong with me. I just think that it's fun to fly helicopters. Alright, we can start bringing her down a little bit. Get you in here and get some action over the buildings without overspeeding. And I gotta say, helicopters are fun, especially when you have your chair positioned the right way, your gaming chair positioned the right way, which apparently I do not. But too late now, I can't really take my hands off the Cyclic and Collective, or we're done. So there's our airport, and we're overspeeding. Because this thing should not go over 131 knots. That could be an Amazon warehouse down there, that huge mega warehouse. I have to find out what that is in real life, because that is big. Whatever that is. And I think I know what I'm talking about. That right there. This warehouse right here, that is huge. It's got to be a warehouse. Look at the size of that building. Is that really a building? And what is it? It's so big. Should we go take a look? Let's go take a look. And if anybody knows what it is, you can always chime in. Got some weird buildings around here. And again, with the photogrammetry stuff, the sim does its best to... This is the AI part, just in case you want to know. The sim really does its best to fill in what's here with textures that it has. But you actually look at the size of this building. I mean, what is this place? I mean, look at the size of the apartment buildings and the houses and everything, and they're pretty big, right? But look at this thing. I'm going to actually adjust my chair for a second. Whoop. If that happens to you adjust your chair, that's a little bit better of a seating position. Oh, but now I got to play with my pedals. What is this building? Do I have my lights on? No, who knows? What is this building? I feel like I have my lights on. What is this building, dude? Look at this place. Light tests. Anyhow, it doesn't really matter. We can play with the lights later. What is this giant building? Is it a building? Or is it like a water tower? I'm going to have to go on Google Maps and see if I can see what this thing is. But if anybody knows what it is, you can always put it in the comment section. It is gigantic. Like it could be a shopping mall, indoor shopping mall. It looks more like a factory to me. And that is just AI in the sim doing what it does, saying, you know, oh, it's just a giant office building. What else would it be? Yeah. Wow, this place is huge. Think we can land on the roof? Let's try. Let's give it a shot. We either sink through or we land. As Master Yoda once said, there is no try. Do or do not. So let's see. What is this place? 32 knots. We're going a little fast to be landing. Come on. It's still a little too fast to land. Okay. And pony down gently. Oh, I guess this helicopter does clunk a little bit. Whoa! Whoa! Nope! Nope, 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 nope. It doesn't seem to be totally stable. We're not ending the flight. Okay, well, whatever it is, you can't land on it. That roof was given in. Not stable enough. Alright, so let's get back to our destination. Which is in this direction. Interestingly enough. Let's get on over there. Why is my compass backwards? Why is my heading backwards? And like this round building. I mean, this could actually just genuinely be a round building. But sometimes you gotta go on Google Maps to find out what things actually are. Or you gotta live there. So let's just keep going. Then I'm guessing where that A20 is probably... Oh, it is where the airport is. We're on track. So that was kind of fun. That was a little distraction for the video. And our airport is getting closer. Got about 20 miles to go, 15 or so. That was fun, wasn't it? I thought so. Let's see if our lights are on or off. Where's our little light? Now they're off. Alright. Let's just keep on keeping on. I will say though, helicopters are fun if you want to do like the Star Wars Canyon kind of challenge, like where you're like in the Death Star. Helicopters are fun to fly in and out of buildings. Like in New York City. Ever get really bored, you can go ahead and do that. Go to New York City in a helicopter, like in the 407, and just try and like travel between the two buildings like you're like taking out the Death Star from Star Wars. Alrighty. Well, we're just going to continue to fly on over to our destination at a lower level. And now I think it said that the cruise speed for this helicopter was about 120 knots. I forget exactly. We're getting even closer to our destination. Lots of farm fields, roads that just mysteriously end. One would guess that it's where the generic aircraft is right there, where it says RGNK. Yes, that would be where our destination is. And again, I just want to remind you that I'm using add-on scenery for both airports. So this is not, when we get there, this is not the scenery that you get in the sim. This is add-on scenery. Well, not the landscape, but our departure and our arrival. Yep, there it is. Any minute now. We're at 117 knots. So I'm just saying helicopters are lots of fun. Not quite as traditional as, say, you know, fixed-wing aircraft, but boy, aren't they fun. Should we land this the right way, or should we land it the pony way? Alright. I'll land it the right way. Oh, whatever that is taking off. 300 feet, 370 feet, 400 feet. And usually when you're seeing that, see, like, Hatena is an actual player. AKX1233 is the computer. See how you know? Because it says GEN, it says Gen next to it. That's usually a dead giveaway. And I know, I have custom nameplates. You can get them too. If you're a PC user, they're on Flightsim.to. Got all kinds of really cool custom nameplates. Yeah, we'll do it the right way. We'll do it the right way, and then we're going to pester everybody at the airport. Because I want to look at the add-on scenery. So should we do it the right way right away? I got to read the update notes and see what they did in the last update. There's our runway. There's our airport. RJNK is our airport. And I can see that since our airspeed's in the red, that we are overspeeding the aircraft. And it's going to give us problems for that. So we've got to bring our airspeed down considerably. And you got to do that to land anyways. You really do. Alright. We'll put our landing lights on as we get closer. There's no need to keep them on down here and blind everybody on the ground. But yeah, I guess we'll do it the right way. I just haven't been really feeling like doing things the proper way in the sim lately. Guess I've been cutting too many corners. closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. Here we go. And I love it how it does that too. It just shifts everything. And the sim said, let there be buildings. And there was. Now, I'm almost thinking, because I was here before, checking the scenery out, that this is a military base. Landing lights on. It's saying what, we're too low? Yeah, we're too low on the glide path. Or are we too high? I think it's saying we're too low. I forget how the PAPI lights work. No, now we're too low. Now we're definitely too low. This doesn't make any sense, does it? Well, our airspeed's way too high to land. Yeah, it's a military base. Civilian on one side, military on the other. Okay. Still too fast. Try and keep her centered down the runway. And slow her down. Is there somebody at the end of the runway? Certainly is. Well, we're coming to a good ground speed, good airspeed. 40 knots. There's something at the end of the runway. It's at the end of the runway, anyways. I mean, we're in a helicopter. We can go look. Up, 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 pony. What's down there? Or are those just the landing lights? Oh, those are just the landing lights. Alright. You know, my trim is off. That'll do it. And let's bring her down. And that's one way to bring her down. Alright, yeah, that's just the landing lights. And center our trim. Oh, I was squeezing this so hard my hand went numb. Hey, that's too tight, pony. Don't squeeze it that hard. Alright. Oh, my trim is still off. Was that a crosswind? Alright, 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 alright. We're too high to be taxiing, and the taxiway's over that way. Sloppy pony taxi. Gonna kill us all, pony. The way you fly. I'm not flying, I'm trying to taxi. And it's been so long, I've been so spoiled by the H-160, because it has wheels. We'll go to those hangars over there. And I'm taxiing way too high and way too fast. But I wanted to show you something else, assuming that I don't crash. You could have just landed right there, pony. There's the helipad. Yeah, I could have actually, huh? Okay, so let's slow her down. We're not landing there. And we are taxiing way too high. These hangars are a little generic. I'm starting to wonder if this is a helicopter base. Okay. Up, 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 up. Fine. That works. That works just fine. I'll take it. Not the best landings, especially for helicopter, but I gotta brush up on my helicopters a little bit. So the other thing you can do, and I've done this, and I'll give you a tutorial video, is Now, in the Cowansim helicopters too, you have the throttle control. This is your actual throttle. I'm going to have to release that R66 video. And it's pretty helpful. I'm just going to... you know what? We're here. We're on the ground. I can see another time. See how bad my helicopter skills have gotten. But so that's it, really, every pony. There you go. Little flight in the Jet Ranger. So, as always, to everybody, I want to say thank you for watching Derp Your Hooves. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the skies.